When it comes to money and manifesting financial abundance, it's a hot topic. It is an absolute hot topic. Do I believe it's possible? 100%. Do I believe that there are some blocks involved that limit people from being able to manifest this type of ease and comfort into their life? 100%. Do I believe that the universe has got a little bit of say in this? 100%. I'm going to cover all of that in today's session. And if you're new to this channel or you're just jumping in here for the first time, maybe you haven't subscribed yet, this is video 3 in a 12 video series, where all 12 of these series I'm going to talk about a different type of intuitive technique and how you can try different techniques within that technique to really expand and hone your intuition. So make sure to hit subscribe and the notification button because I don't want you to miss a thing. When it comes to financial abundance, specifically manifesting money, I do believe in it. I believe in it. I've seen it not only with myself, but with many, many students. And for this session, however, because I'm a little bit of a realist, I want to ask us to set aside the economic worries that are going on as you're listening to this. And I can safely say that because there always have been economic worries. There always will be economic worries. Those aren't going away. There's nothing special about today, right? They've always been there. They always will be. So we need to set those aside. We need to take those, put them off to the side for just a moment. Because really what we're talking about when it comes to manifesting money, we're not talking about functioning and thinking and setting our intent in the material world. This is the key piece that a lot of critics kind of get wrong, to be direct about it, is they say, oh, well, you can't just wish it, right? Things are hard, things are difficult, things are all that. Exactly. Take all of those sentences and end it with the statement, in this material world. But Bo, you're trying to manifest material money. Am I? Am I trying to manifest material money, or are there ways and techniques to be held in the spiritual world, in the spiritual sense, to be able to adjust an outcome? I'll get into more depth with this, but I do want to jump off here and say for a moment, if you're really serious about this, this is session 3 out of a 12 series session, and these go right along with my 12 specialized course bundle. Now, if you're listening to this, you probably already have the bundle. You do. If you've got the Sage Method course, you've probably already taken the bundle, or you may just have gotten the bundle on its own. It's a very popular bundle of specialized courses. There's 12 of them. Each of the courses in that bundle are 3 hours in length. So we go really deep in there, really, really deep, actually. And it's this is why they're so popular, because concepts come through those courses that make you stop and go, whoa, didn't think about that. Okay, let me apply that and see what happens. That's what the specialized is in these specialized courses. So chances are really good you already have that. So if you're watching this, listening to this, and thinking to yourself, hey, I want to go deeper. After I listen to the tips in this session, I want to do even more. What else can I find out about this? I do have the course. It's called Cracking the Money Code, and it's 3 hours in length. It's a part of that 12 course specialized bundle. So if you've been listening for a while, if you've got the Sage Method, it's a very popular bundle. You might already have it. So jump into your Sage Method account and check it out to see if it's in there. Look for the 12 bundle. You'll find the money code in there. If you don't have it, I'll put a link in here for you to look into the 12 course. As the time we're filming it right now, it is on sale. But back to these tips, these techniques, this way of approaching abundance. Some of the popular ones, I said I'm going to start with that. Some of the popular topics around manifesting is saying affirmations, saying them in a positive sense, saying them in a sense as if, it happened now. It's already happened. So not I want this to happen, but it's already happened. Saying it as if it's already happened is very popular, very spot on. Absolutely. It brings you into that point on the timeline where you're sending out to the universe this energy of, hey, this is what my reality is in this spot on the timeline. That's why that works so well. Saying it in the positive works well because the universe really only hears core base words with what you're saying. So if you say, my car will not break down, it hears car break down. If you hear my car runs beautifully, it hears car runs beautifully. So that's the main reason why we say things in the positive. We also say things in the positive and not the negative because the vibration is different. The energy is different between a positive statement and a negative statement. So saying your affirmations to manifest in the positive, saying your affirmations to manifest in as if it's present tense, as if something that you want has already happened. Two very popular and very powerful. They're popular for a reason. They're very powerful techniques. Also, the feeling behind what you're trying to manifest. If you can say it in a positive way, say it as if it's already happened, and feel what it feels like to have it happen, that it has happened. This feels great. This feels wonderful. That's going to up the stakes as well. That's going to raise the vibration. These three techniques are very popular for a reason. They're very powerful. They're almost foundational, right, when it comes to manifesting. But to go further than that, really we have to just, look at the blocks. I'm pausing a little bit because I know it's hard. I know. Manifesting is fun and it's interesting and will it work? Won't it work? Like all these conversations are out there, but it's rare to have the conversation of what's holding it back for you. Now, as I mentioned, manifesting is not about looking at the current state of the world, the current state of your situation, the current state of anything, and then piling on that list all the reasons why it's not going to work for you. Everyone is in a different space. Some people are in very difficult spaces. And I've been in my own version of difficult spaces. We all have our different versions, right? Some people, there's a lot of struggle that they have to overcome, but there's always stories of people who have overcome that. Is it luck? Is it state of being? Yes, it's state of being. Now, is someone wrong for not getting into the right state of being in order to have the abundance, in order to have the... No, none of that is the case. When it comes to manifesting, if you approach manifesting very much like you would approach a workout routine of going for a walk every day, or stimulating your mind by reading a book every day. Like, how many books can I read this month? If you approach manifesting in that vibration, in that manner, that's when it works. That's when it works, because all of the tough issues, the economy, the struggles, this is going to happen, it's never going to get better. First off, there's a lot of things that we're told in our own personal programming that can block that. And that's valuable to look at. What have you been told? Who told it to you that you couldn't get ahead, that you couldn't do something? Who told you that story repeatedly until you believed it, until it was part of your programming? That is absolutely worth your time to invest in diving into that. What's going on for me? But approaching manifesting as if it's going to solve all your problems, as if it is the defining factor on whether your life is good or not, that's a block in itself. These are the things that people, you don't really hear a lot of people talking about right out front, because these are the hard things. These are the harder, more sort of realistic type points that can be tough to sit with. And I'm asking you to sit with them. I'm asking you to sit down and say, okay, how can I approach manifesting? Just like I would approach creating a new habit. When you approach it in that style, that's when it starts to work. When you approach it with desperation, when you approach it with, if I do this and it works, it's going to solve all my problems, that's when it doesn't work. When it is a habit, when it is a part of your daily routine, when you have taken the time to repeat affirmations and step into trusting yourself, your guides, your spiritual team, that what you're putting out to the universe, you will bring more back, giving yourself the time and space to build that into your life as a habit, that's when it starts to work. That's when it starts to work. Here's another block when it comes to manifesting. I feel like I'm dumping so many blocks out at you, but you know what? If you resonate with one of these blocks, guess what? Fix the block, start manifesting. That's how this works. It's one thing to hold yourself in positive and in present tense and feel it and that's all good and then it should work. Nope. Also, what's weighing you down? What's slowing you down? So far, we've covered the stories that you were told when you were younger, part of your programming. By the way, those stories many times helped you survive. Okay, so we honor that. We honor the process. We honor where we came from. All of that, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But do you still need those beliefs? Do you still need those, or are they limiting you? Do you know and are you witnessing that other people out there in the world are changing their lives for the better? And some people are like, oh, they're lucky. Are they? Or have they worked at building a habit and a pattern of changing their mindset? Does it work overnight? No. That's the other thing that we're talking about here. Is another block is it should just happen. If I start doing these things, then everything should just happen. That is another thing that can hold you back from manifesting. When we approach manifesting, especially financial, especially around money, as changing our viewpoint on our existence, on what's possible for us, that's when manifesting starts to work. It didn't work overnight for me. I'm going to be direct. When I needed manifesting the most was when I was in one of the most difficult points, right? I had just left we'll call it a marriage. I had just left it and I was finally free, but I had nothing. I had a friend that bought me a twin mattress. I was able to put that in my established office and illegally sleep there. I got a membership, at Planet Fitness so I could shower. Like I was broke, asking for some help and trying to find, and I had to start from there. On top of it, I was also very, in a very emotional, difficult space. If anyone's been through divorce, it's not easy. It's not a walk in the park. It's difficult. And I had to start over with my manifesting. I had to say, okay, what do I want? Right? I can put a dollar sign on it. Absolutely. And I did. Sure, this is what I want to feel comfortable. It's very easy to put a dollar sign on when you don't have any dollars. Like any dollar sign from that point on is good, right? But I had to adjust my way of thinking on the daily. It wasn't just sitting down and saying these manifesting things and being like, okay, that's it. It'll work now. I'm going to sit here and wait for it. I had to adjust my way of thinking. I had to shift away from slowly but surely, this is difficult, and walk through the healing process to find myself again. So just think of those words. Find yourself again. Find who you really are. When you add this into the process of manifesting, especially financial abundance and money, that's when it starts to work. And I don't mean like Ferrari $1 million. If that's your thing, go for it. If that's your groove, cool. For me, we just, put planters beds in the backyard with vegetable plants. And I just think that's the best thing in the world. So it's not about the dollar value of what you're trying to bring into your life. It's that you have enough abundance to do what you want to do. All right, I've finally gotten to it. I've finally gotten to the one technique that I really want you to leave this session trying. Instead of saying dollar amounts, just for a little while, you can, if you're already manifesting, if you're already doing affirmations, if you're saying dollar amounts, go for it. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't change, right? But I want you to try something a little bit different than that. I want you to try listing the things that you'll be able to do and listing the people you'll be able to help. Those two things together is a manifesting technique that is very powerful and not so much talked about, right? But the most amazing basketball players, they don't say, okay, well, I'm going to manifest X million dollars, so I have to make that basket. No, they manifest making the basket. They know that that'll come. And then they'll be able to continue playing, and then they'll be able to do all these other things that they want in their life as a result of the money that comes in. But it's not the money. That's in the material world. That's in the concrete. That's what the critics fight against. Oh, you can't just, in this material world, you can't just poof, have whatever you want. What you can do is you can manifest what you want to do in this lifetime who you want to help in this lifetime, that energy is 1,000 times stronger than just wishing for a dollar amount. So, when it comes to manifesting, here is your technique. In addition to facing your blocks, facing your own old programming, facing your doubts, being able to set that aside just for a little period of time, I want you to start daydreaming about what you want. Anytime something creeps in that says you can't have that, it's selfish to want, you shouldn't, whatever. I want you to just put that away for now. Be like, you know what? Okay, yeah, somebody told me that, and I've had that belief system for a long time. In this moment right now, I'm not going to focus on that. In this moment right now, I'm going to focus on the joy of being able to travel, being able to have 20 dogs, being able to start a small business, being able to, do this and do that, and just be able to quit my full-time job so I can go volunteer. Whatever it is, focus on what you want to be able to do, and then focus on the people who are going to benefit from you doing that. Focus on the people who are going to benefit from your small business. You're going to provide them something they can't find anywhere else, or that's going to be the perfect thing for them, or the people that you're going to be able to volunteer for because you were now able to quit your full-time job. Do not worry about how it happens. Worry about what you're going to do and who you're going to help. Feel the gratitude, feel the joy, and know this is not a one-time thing. Have fun with it, feel the gratitude, feel the joy, get whimsical, allow yourself to daydream, allow yourself to want, and do this for an extended period of time. Having fun with it, mixing it up, and doing it on a regular basis, not doing it for a little bit and then hoping it happens, but just incorporating it into your lifestyle. That is when it starts to work. That is when the abundance comes in to financially support you to do the things that you're so excited to do. Because in the end, does an object, with the exception of like someone who's a collector, right? But does an object that reflects in society that you're worth something really matter? Or does something that you do in society to lift somebody else up or yourself up, is that what matters, right? I mean, if you're a collector, and you want all of the items in your collection, yeah, go for it. But real financial abundance is about freedom. Real financial abundance is about the joy of renovating the house that you now can actually afford, or about the joy of, connecting with these people in this area and bringing this into life and starting this small business, or whatever it is that you want to do. Focus on the joy, focus on the excitement of what you want to do, focus on the gratitude, focus on the people you're going to help as a result, and make it a habit. Make it something you do ongoing. And that, my friend, is session 3 in a series of 12. If you haven't seen the first 2 so far, jump on back into this video, get caught up with me, and I'll see you again soon.